Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of December 2021, and we're producing our regular morning update, providing prices, news, and economic data to be announced. Today we see equity markets holding steady after yesterday's gains, but gold and silver weakening slightly. Omicron is the major news headline, and we wonder the reason behind such vast and almost overwhelming publicity. So let's take a look. Welcome to Illuminati Silver. It's Wednesday, the 22nd of December 2021 at 10:15 in the morning. Today's weather is paradoxical because I would describe it as autumnal. Yes, that typical weather we get in the autumn. The weather is getting cold. The leaves on the trees have started turning brown as opposed to green, with a few gradually falling off. But it's paradoxical because yesterday was officially the first day of winter. So the first day of our winter, the weather is autumnal. What is not autumnal, and probably quite wintry, is the state of the Omicron virus, or at least the headlines about this contagion. It's now absolutely dominating all of the news headlines. Just take a look on your screen. Omicron at least doubles risk of getting infected on a plane. Israel will administer fourth COVID shot to people over 60. UK orders millions more antiviral pills as Omicron spreads. Omicron spread in Japan, Singapore tightens border. Virus update. Now we won't go into too much here because we're getting the picture. Aircraft passengers are twice or even 3 times more likely to catch COVID-19 during a flight since the emergence of the Omicron variant, according to the top medical advisor to the world's airlines. If anything's going to frighten people to fly, that is it. Omicron will be the dominant variant in France within a week. Roughly 1/5 of people testing positive for coronavirus in France are carrying the Omicron variant, while the rate in Paris is already around 1/3. The proportion is expected to rise to about 1/3 nationally within 2 days, and it will represent the majority of cases between Christmas and New Year. Omicron spread in Japan, Singapore tightens border. Singapore will freeze new sales for its vaccinated travel lanes program as the city-states look to stem the import of Omicron. Meanwhile, Japan found its first community transmission of the variant. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson ruled out introducing stricter COVID rules before Christmas, but urged caution and said officials may announce further curbs after the 25th of December. Israel will administer fourth COVID shot. Israel would administer a fourth dose of coronavirus vaccine to people over the age of 60 and medical personnel, becoming the first nation in the world to do so on such a widespread basis as the Omicron variant barrels across the world. Go to Reuters. With warning for unvaccinated, Biden lays out plan to fight surging Omicron. What are we to make of this? Is this panic headlines? Are the media and government working cooperatively to force us to stay indoors and not mix with people? Will that work even? Or is Omicron really as serious as at least the sensationalist headlines are suggesting? Who knows? But we will soon find out. On the BBC News, we can see UK economic growth slower than first thought. Initial figures for growth before Omicron impact are revised down on weaker consumer spending. We'll take a quick glance at that. The UK economy grew at a slower pace than first estimated between July and September, revised figures show. The Office for National Statistics said during the quarter before Omicron took hold, the economy grew by 1.1% rather than 1.3% as Britain emerged from lockdown. It blamed weaker consumer spending and the impact of energy companies going out of business. The economy is now 1.5% smaller than it was before the coronavirus pandemic. Looking at the US, Biden buys 500 million test kits to tackle Omicron surge. So, how has that affected markets? Well, the dollar is holding strong. It's just slightly shy of 96.5. The dollar index, therefore, is 96.4970. Oil prices, WTI crude and Brent marginally up $0.25, both now in the $70 territory. Equity markets in the US regained quite a few gains yesterday, up on average between 1 and 2.5%, or I should say between 1.5 and 2.5%. Nasdaq performing the best as a percentage. Asia Pacific overnight, all in green, which is positive, but small percentage figures, up to 0.5%. And European markets today also up, but the UK market just ever so slightly down. Economic news yesterday. We saw the current account deficit for Q3 fall minus $214 billion against expectations of $205 billion. Today we have gross domestic product revision and gross domestic income revision for Q3. Perhaps the more important one for today is the Consumer Confidence Index and existing home sales for November. As we've mentioned all week, it's Thursday that is the key day. What's happening to gold prices today? Well, it has been a little lower, but gold is now $1,789, $1,789. That's down $7. It was as low as $1,785 and did touch briefly $1,800. Silver prices are also down despite the rise we reported yesterday morning, but still holding up at $22.59. So silver's down 7 cents, been as low as $22.44 and as high as $22.80. Cryptocurrency markets are up this morning, along really with stocks. And we can see that Bitcoin is now at the $49,000 level, and the market cap for cryptocurrencies is $2.28 trillion. We said this week would not be a huge amount to report in reality, possibly with the exception of Thursday, and because then we're coming to the closure of markets just before Christmas. However, that said, it's interesting to note that if you look at our video that we published on Sunday, and we repeated it again yesterday under a different headline. So on Sunday, gold and silver price forecast to end 2021, republished yesterday 2021 year-end gold and silver price prediction. Do have a look at either one of those, doesn't matter because they're basically the same apart from the intro, where we indicate that we really don't see gold and silver prices moving much beyond $1,800 for gold and around the $22 to $23 for silver by the end of the year. That's it for now. We're going to keep these short because people have to prepare for Christmas. So have a great day, everyone. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign. Until tomorrow. Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.